Today we're going to show you how she got 500,000 views on her first video in a year. So grab a pillow, your favorite beverage, and let's hang out and talk about some big tactics that can help you grow your channel. If you don't want to stick around for this video, then you probably don't want to grow on YouTube that much. So let's talk about it. What did you do for that first video? Let's talk about, let's take them through the whole process, because I helped her with it, because that's, you know, I'm Inspired Video Marketing Man, right? So first of all, this is my wife. This is Haiti. Hi.
Hi.
Tell them.
Hey everyone, I'm Haiti. I have a real world Spanish lessons YouTube channel where I teach people how to speak Spanish. She
does all that learning for people. So talk to us like about the process. Do you remember the process for planning that first video? This is our very first video, 500,000 views in 1 year. So what was the planning process? How did it come about?
Well, first we did a lot of research, YouTube, using TubeBuddy. We did
link for that in the description.
We did a lot of keyword researching, looked at other people's channels, typing Spanish lessons or Spanish for beginners or things like that in the search bar. Just seeing what kind of views those channels and those videos were getting. And then that's how we came into the idea of what my first video should be. Right.
Yeah. I think we did a little of the search bar on YouTube and then a little bit of the keyword explorer in TubeBuddy, which is an awesome tool. Gives you an idea of how much search volume and there is for a term and competition. So then what happened from there?
So from there, we came to the conclusion that I mean him, because I didn't really trusted that I should do that video, just because to me, like, the whole concept was kind of weird. But I did the first video, and it's a Spanish while sleeping video.
Okay, back up one sec. Tell us what happened. Take us through the moment of when we found that term, because this is big, you guys. Like when you can find like a gold mine of a term or a topic to go after. Do you remember what happened when we found that term? I think I was more excited than you. So I think this was in the search bar, and we were typing in Spanish lessons, this and that. Spanish, just typing in the word Spanish and seeing what auto-populated. And I think it was Spanish while sleeping or learn Spanish while sleeping came up. And I was like, that's an interesting topic. You know, like when you're making videos on YouTube, you don't want to just look at the search volume and the competition. You also want to like say, like, is this an interesting topic? So first of all, it grabbed my attention. And I wasn't like super like trying to learn Spanish. So if it grabbed my attention, someone that's trying to learn Spanish, definitely. But then the second thing was like, if it's a Spanish while sleeping video, it's probably going to be something that you listen to while you sleep. So I was curious enough to do the search and see what was out there. And what was out there?
Long videos.
How long of videos?
Like 6, 7, 8 hour videos.
Now here's why, like, that was her first video, so she didn't know much about YouTube at the time. Like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, we are doing this. Because YouTube is built on click-through rate, so we just talked about, like, if it has a lot of interest and it's an interesting topic, people are probably going to click to watch it as long as you got your thumbnail right. But then on top of that, watch time is the other thing they're looking at. So, like, if it's a 6, 7, 8 hour video, like, what do you think is going to happen? And the whole, like, people go to those videos with the intent to watch a long time. Like, you can make a 3 hour video of you rambling. Like, we could make this video 3 hours, but you're probably not going to stick around for that. Maybe some people will, but most won't. But if the whole point is to listen to it while you're sleeping, then there's built-in watch time. Okay, take us from there.
So after we got the topic, I think we did some, like, tag research.
Yep.
Just to see what people were using, what were good tags to add onto the video. So before I even planned the video and the lesson, before even knowing what I was going to do, we had the title and we had the tags.
Right. And where do we do the tag research with?
TubeBuddy.
TubeBuddy. Link in the description. Okay, so we got the tags figured out. We've got the title. We've got the concept. What was the next step from there?
I think after that, that's when I started like planning what I was gonna include in the video.
Okay, so you planned out like all the phrases and things like that. Okay, walk us through that process. Like, so we know that like Spanish while sleeping videos are long, and you want to try to get watch time. So what did you do to try to make sure like you can make the most of that? Because let's be honest, like you could make a Spanish while sleeping video and people still, like, if you don't make it right, won't stick around for a long time. So just because you make a long video doesn't mean people are going to watch for a long time. So these are all like, all these factors aren't just for like, if you're going to make a Spanish while sleeping video, it's just to make the connection for you guys. Like, this is every video. You got to think about what your content's going to be if you want to get that watch time up. So what were some of the things that went through your mind besides planning the phrases? Like, what kind of phrases, how many, you know, and all that stuff?
Since it was my first video, I really didn't know what kind of phrases to use, but I was like, well, it's my first video, so it makes sense to just do more like beginner phrases. And then on my next video, I'll probably still do more beginner phrases, but as I keep uploading videos, I'll go into like more intermediate and advanced and things like that. So like that's kind of like what my mindset was. And first video, beginner lessons.
And with like, so whether you knew it or not, like making it for beginners actually probably helps, like it broadens the audience in a way. Because like there's a lot more beginners than there are people advanced. There's,
Right.
you know what I mean? So, okay, continue. I just wanted to mention that. So like, again, like for you guys, something to consider, like when you're making your videos, think about like how maybe you can broaden the audience by like, but at the same time making specific. Like it's specific for beginners, so your click-through rate can go up, so they know that. But at the same time, it's the biggest of the possible audiences.
Right.
Okay, so take us through the next steps. So you knew you just wanted to do it for beginners, and you started compiling phrases for that. What else went into that process?
So yeah, like planning it, I was just like, okay, like what kind of phrases would I want to know if I'm learning a new language? So I wasn't thinking like ABCs. I wasn't thinking like, oh, like people want to learn the numbers, because I feel like that's things you get taught in school anyway if you take a Spanish class. So I wanted something that was more helpful and something that would actually grab people's attention and that could be useful.
Okay. So making sure it was really, really relevant for that audience, which again is big for watch time. So whatever your video is about, make sure it's helpful, it's impactful, it's relevant. And I know one other thing, I don't know if you did this on purpose. How many phrases did you have in it?
100, I think.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. It's at least 50. Well, we're going to check it right now. She's going to pull it up. And in fact, let's take them to the video too, and I'll put it on the screen here so they can see it.
Spanish phrases. I recommend.
So there it is. Here, we'll play it for you.
In this video, you'll learn 60 useful Spanish phrases.
So hopefully I don't get content ID'd from your channel for putting that in my video. Yeah. But here's the video so you guys can see what it looks like. This is the thumbnail and the video. It's just that picture. We'll talk about that in a second. So there's 60 phrases in the video. What do you think that also helped with?
Watch time.
You know why?
Because people want to stay till the end to learn all the phrases.
Right. And if you have 60 phrases, like, you know, we're thinking about these things logically, like how people are going to perceive the content. So, like, if there's 60 phrases, then, you know, if it starts looping after 10 phrases of, like, you know, some people might get bored, or I just want to hear these 10 phrases. Like, people don't just fall asleep right away. So if you got 60, that gives them enough time to actually fall asleep, and then it just keeps playing while they sleep.
And not only that, but a lot of people actually listen to the videos while, like, they're cleaning or driving or doing anything else. So, like, I don't want them to just hear 10 phrases and then be like, well, this doesn't really bring a lot of value to me.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. That's a great point. So, yeah, like, it helps the other audiences that aren't necessarily watching it while they're sleeping. Yes, some people do it while they're working or while they're driving or whatever the case may be. Really good point. Okay, so take us through after that. So we got all your phrases planned out. We got all that. Keep in mind, you know, we're keeping in mind the psychology of keeping people on the video and making it beneficial to other people outside of just the ones that want to listen to while sleeping. How do we go about making the video?
So I know I had to like have kind of like a relaxed, soothing voice because I didn't want to be all, you know, like hyped up because people are supposed to be sleeping when they listen to
some Spanish while sleeping. These are 60 phrases.
Yeah, so I did kind of like ASMR without even, I don't know if ASMR was a thing back.
Yeah. Is it ASMR though? Like, I guess if your voice, like, isn't ASMR more about like the certain sounds?
But like, I try to be, you know, like
really mouthy, wet mouth. I know that's a thing.
Soothing and calming. It's what I want it to be.
Okay, so you were soothing and calming with your voice. What? How did we go about the production?
It was pretty low key. I guess you could say. I mean, I just needed a microphone and to record into a microphone.
Good microphone, though.
A good microphone that didn't pick up any like outside noises. I try to be really careful not to bump anything, because if I did, then the microphone will pick it up and people could, get woken up by that.
Right.
Other than that, I'm pretty sure that was it.
Yeah, I think, clarity, and this is for any YouTube video, like audio is important, like probably more important than the video quality. In fact, I would say 90% of channels, that's the case. That being said, like with this one, there's a little level of detail. Like a lot of videos, there's going to be that level of detail. Like you want to have the soothing voice, you want it to be super crisp and clear, you want to be able to hear the details of the mouth sounds and stuff for those ASMR folk. We should make them, or we don't have one that we have ASMR really as we should do that. But anyways, you wanna pay attention to those details, like of what really matters. So for like a video like this, like that's the key point. Like people come for the audio, so the audio's got to be crisp, clear, soothing, be able to have that level of detail. And then I made like a soothing song to go with it to help give those vibes too. We found out what was you remember one of the terms that was big for the other videos, that the competitors videos with the audio.
With the audio. Yeah. Oh yeah. Beats.
Binaural beats.
Binaural beats.
So basically that just means it's kind of like a stereo effect with the way things are recorded and whatnot. So I made sure I implemented that into the song so it wasn't clickbait. We delivered on it. And then we could put that as the tags too. And for those folks that are interested in that kind of stuff or it means a lot to them, it's there for them. So yeah, besides that, we just recorded it. You chopped it up to kind of get rid of the dead spaces and any of the outtakes or whatever you want to call it. Okay, talk us through then the upload process. What do we do for that?
I think we did it on Logic. I did it on Logic, and then I exported it to...
Logic, if you guys don't know, is an audio recording program. It's Mac only.
Okay. Yeah.
She didn't know that.
So after Logic, I imported it to Final Cut, and I added the... Before importing the audio, I added the thumbnail so that I wouldn't just have a black screen when people played it. So I added the same thumbnail that I was going to use and then imported the audio and then uploaded to YouTube.
Okay, tell us about the thumbnail. How did we come up with that?
We did a lot of research on the thumbnail too, like just to see what people were using, and a lot of videos were using just like a girl sleeping or a girl that seemed like she was sleeping, but you could tell it was just like a model like with makeup and...
Yeah, sleeping with full makeup on, which is what yours is.
Which is what I did, yeah. My girl has makeup on, and just to make it a little bit different, we put in like a little brain guy, because, your brain is still working while you sleep.
Right, little brain cartoon above her head. Yep.
Yeah. And then we just did a green background.
Yeah, green with a little bit of red. And what did we do that for?
A contrast, I think, from YouTube.
From the other videos, yeah. So we would pop in the feed because we noticed, okay, the other videos were using these colors, so we wanted something that would pop and stand out from them. And then green and red themselves are contrasting colors, or the opposites on the color wheel, so those two will really contrast each other to make it brighter and it pops a little more. Okay, walk us through the upload as far as the description, the title, we talked about the tags already, but the other parts.
Yeah, so after uploading the video to YouTube, we just titled it, added the tags, added a description using a lot of the tags. We
try to use a lot of the tags in the description. We also looked at other competitors' videos that were doing well and try to include similar terminology and words and things like that in our video so we could show up in suggested, not just search results. And then with the title too, like it was pretty much based on what we'd found from TubeBuddy, which was, what was the exact title? I don't even remember anymore. Learn Spanish while sleeping was the one term we found. And then we knew like Spanish beginner lessons was another phrase, so we just put : beginner lessons. So I'll just show it to you on the screen here so you can see it. And as you can see, we try to kind of hit two phrases at the same time, which was learn Spanish while sleeping and beginner lessons. That being said, if you guys are interested in having me help you, like I helped her with her channel and her business and a lot of other people for that matter, I actually offer coaching and consulting. You can check that out. I will have that linked in the description down below, and I will also have it in the comments.